Hello everybody, my name is Walter and this is episode 7 of my Redstone Development Series. Today I'm going to try my hand at the Magic Button Challenge by Crafty Masterman. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link it in the description. But the basic idea is to have a floating cube with a couple buttons on it and each button triggers a different circuit. Also, sorry for the voice, I'm still recovering from a rather bad cold I caught recently and I'm still not back at 100%. But let's get started. Now this challenge by Crafty actually has two stages, and the first is just 4 buttons on a single block right on top of the floor, and that is actually pretty simple to do. I had similar things in the past. So all I need to do is place pistons below the floor, directly below the buttons basically, but they will not trigger yet because they need some way to activate. Now, in many cases I would just add a piston here since that is basically not directional. So I could build this in many different situations, but in this case it's a little bit cheaper to just use an upside down slab and a redstone dot to get the same effect. And now I just need to turn this into a proper signal, so I'm just going to add a couple blocks and a torch. And then I'm going to need the redstone lamp in the correct spot. And that should do the trick. Okay, that was pretty simple. Let's just quickly fill in the rest of the floor here. I'm going to use a tinted glass so you can see what is going on, but for the most part you could use pretty much any kind of block here. It doesn't really matter much. Come on. So, yeah, that is the first part done. Now the next part is a bit more interesting. But before I get to that, you can actually do something very similar in Bedrock. In Bedrock we don't have the quasi-connectivity, so what you would do is, let me just quickly make a fixed setup, is you would have the pistons directly below the buttons within the floor, and then power downwards and get the signal from down there basically. But I'm in Java, so I'm going with Java setups. So now, next up. The second stage is this floating cube with 6 buttons, and again, each of those buttons here is supposed to trigger a different circuit. And that is only going to work with a little cross of pistons below, again via quasi-connectivity. So the middle works directly, but all others need some way to update them, what I did over here with the piston or with the redstone dot. So for now, let's just very simply improvise a little setup here with a little clock, and that seems to work. Okay, now let's have a quick look how this is supposed to work. When I trigger one of the side buttons, I have the center and the side triggered. When I trigger the top, I only have the center, and when I trigger the bottom, I have everything. So I should be able to actually detect what button I'm pressing by just detecting the various possible cases of multiple triggers. Okay, that should be doable. Let's see. I am going to need potentially some more space, but I will have to worry about this a bit later. So that should work, and I'm going with pull space system since that is likely going to be a bit easier. Also, you could, instead of using pistons, also go with drawbars. They also have quasi-connectivity, but they are a bit more fiddly to work with. You would have to manually reset them if you are trying to work with items being moved around, and the clicking noise is going to get pretty annoying pretty fast. So anyway, as I was saying, so we have, let's start with the outside. So let's say I'm taking the signal. Let's do this just for 2 for now. Wait, yeah, that looks, no, that's not the right one. So that looks better. Okay. So let's say I'm taking the output signals and I need at least 2 tick long pulses for my AND gates to work. Now, what do I want? I want the sides to only activate. Yeah, okay, this should work. Okay, so this is not an issue. The only potential issue is this one here, which would trigger multiple sides. So all I need to do is make sure that this one here, but not this one here, is activated, or reverse. So let me think. Let's go up there. Then that means I need a double inversion. Let's go to the side there. Double inversion. Wait, that's not correct. Double inversion there. Okay, that would mean I have the redstone lamp up there. And then, let's see. Just trying out a few things right now. Oh, that shouldn't be too hard actually. If I were to put another repeater in there, then some redstone wire there. Is that already it? Lamp turns on. Lamp doesn't turn on. And lamp doesn't turn on either. Okay, that looks good. That should work. And that's a pretty simple pattern, so I should be able to do the same for all sides. Yeah, that should be possible. Yeah. And I even found a way to save a little bit of wire, but this is now more or less working, as you can see. There is still one issue, and that is this clock here within the floor. Now my main problem here is that when I'm triggering just the top button, I only activate the piston in the middle. And that means I need to block update that specific piston. Now currently I'm doing it via this flickering wire here, but if I were to try to hide it below the floor by moving it one down, that would no longer work, since the block updates wouldn't reach the piston. So either I would have carpet in the floor or on the floor, or I will have to use a different setup, and I already have a good idea. So what I have here is basically a observer clock that would also produce block updates. And I'm just going to sandwich this between two normal pistons, and that, as you can see here, works just like a charm. And the third observer down there is basically our center output then. So that works very, very nicely, and should also be fitting into the entire thing here. Now, theoretically, I could leave out this layer here and just move everything one up. But then this observer here would trigger one of those here, and that would not work. I could try to move everything a little bit up, but that is maybe something for a later step. So let's get started by adding these here below. So let's see, I need one down there, then I need this one, wait, up there, and this one there, and then I should be able to remove this one there. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so let's get rid of all of this here and a little item explosion there. So that is officially working now. So I can get rid of this here. Now, next up, the more difficult part is likely the bottom one, for which I need to detect that all... Wait, the most important one is, or most difficult one is the top one actually. I need to detect that neither of the outer ones is triggered, but only the center. So let me think for a moment. I can grab an output from down there. Let's actually use a different color for that, so you can see what is going on here a bit easier. So let's see. Okay, let's just do it for one side for now. So I am going to, yeah, I'm going to use a locking repeater setup. This I will figure out the timings later on. Something around 3 or 4 should be correct. Then I'm going to run a repeater from the side in there. Then just going to connect the two here and that wire there. And let's see if this works. Okay, that seems to work already as intended. So all I need to do is basically connect all of the 4 corners to this repeater here. And then run the output of this repeater into another torch. Sorry, not a torch, another redstone lamp at the top somewhere. And there we go. And this is now more or less done. So instead of running everything into one side, I decided to split this into 2. Made it a bit easier with the wire. So, but now these are all more or less done except for the bottom one. And the top one, as you can see, triggers this torch over there. Lamp. Now, for the other ones, there is actually a pretty simple trick, I think. And that is, I don't need to detect everything. All I need to detect is that 2 of the outer ones are triggered at the same time. So I just need an AND gate between 2 of the outer ones. So let me once more grab another color. Let's go with yellow. And then let's see. I do need... let's do it over here. Yeah, that looks good. So I am going to need... this one is 1. And then I have... where can I grab another one? Maybe here? And for now, let's just check if that is even all possible to do. How do I do this? Can I squeeze this through here? Yeah, I can squeeze this through here. And if I were to, let's say, run this into a 2-tick repeater, and then just up, then it needs another inversion. And we're done. Yep, we're done. Nice. So this is basically done, although I'm not entirely happy with the way this looks, because... give me just a second to finish with the floor. Then I'm going to talk about what I still don't really like of this design here. And that is, as you can see, there is a lot of empty space in between, so my current idea is, if I were to move this one here to the side, I should be able to collapse the entire thing here by 1 block on each side. And if I'm lucky, I might not even have to increase the height of the entire thing. So, yeah, let's actually try this out. Yeah, let's go along the center line somewhere over there. And I've now copied the center part over. I've also replaced the center piston now with a proper normal piston. But as you can see, I already moved those here around the side. And now, let's see. I would really like to have the lamps in those 4 spots here. So let's see if I can get them up there. I need to go through a double inversion. Let's see. Maybe like so. Yep, that looks good. Except that doesn't look Good. Ah, and now it seems to work again. Okay. So now I need a suppression. So let's say if I were to... Is that already it? No, that can't be it. Ah. For correct timing, I need a 1 ticker delay. So maybe like in this here. Let's check. Yep, that works. Okay, so then let's quickly build one more, because there's still one potential issue I need to deal with. And that is potentially deal breaking here. And that is I need to get a signal up in some of those corners here. So is there a way to build this differently so I can squeeze a signal through? If I were to... Wait. If I were to put a torch up there. Let's see. If I connect them like that and then replace that with a target block. And then stop with the flickering again. Wait, why are you triggered? Ah, of course it's triggered because it's not secured yet. Yep, that would work. Okay. So let me quickly copy this into the other four corners and then we'll worry about the rest of the build. And that's the four sides done. So these buttons here now all work as intended. Next up, let's again work on the top piston first, which is detecting that none of the other ones is activated while the center is. So let's see, I will have my output piston or repeater here. Let's go with 3 for now. Maybe I will need 4. And then, let's see. Where can I grab the signal from? I'm going to need the AND gate down here too, because up here I have no space for that. So I'm going to try to go as close to the center as I can, which is actually... those spots here. I now just obviously need to get in there and get the wire in place. And that leaves this spot, which is via a repeater connected to this one here. Yeah, that should work. So those are the 4 corners I need to connect. This one here will need, let's see, let's go with 1 tick. This is the fastest I can make this. And then the other ones, since they don't have the 2 tick delay yet, I will need another 2 ticks down here, so 3 in total. Now I just need to connect them, again, keeping as much open space as I can. So for that, all I need to do will be, yeah, replacing those 2 here. Wait a second. I'm just going to very quickly clone that over there. And over there. There are other ways to do this, but that is the simplest way right now. And then, again, keeping space. Let's go through here, which means this one here. Yeah, let's do this manually. I can reach that easily enough. The other ones were just a bit too tedious to get to. And that is looking pretty good already. So let's check. That is being suppressed. That looks good. And that is turned on. That also looks good. Now, where can I get that signal up? I have a good amount of free space over here. Although, with the wire there, that is a bit tedious. Yeah, let's go up here. So, let's see. If I were to... let's do this in reverse. How can I get a signal through here? If I have, let's say, a double inversion going on here, then this will not interfere with the normal operation. And it will still be able to send the signal through and powered. So, yep, that should be pretty easy actually. Wait, don't actually need that. Yeah, that is sufficient there. Okay, that looks pretty good already. Let's just check. No activation, no activation, no activation, and activation. Okay, that's already that. Nice. So then let's see what is coming next. I need an AND gate, preferably in this corner or in this corner here going up. Let's see if I can get it in there. Because that would look pretty nice from the symmetry. So let's go down here. Okay, that looks pretty good already. No space over here, so I'll have to put the AND gate in this corner here. Let's see. I just need 2 with an AND. If I were to replace this one here with a slab, I can put a torch here and I can put a torch up there. Would that work? Would that work? Maybe. We'll have to see. So let's see. How can I get this to the other side? Let's go with a piston. Then I will need another repeater there to not interfere with the wire. And then, yep, that works out quite nicely. So then I need at least the 2 tick pools. And I've built this correctly. Oh, wait, this was the wrong one. This is the bottom one I'm talking about right now. Yep, that seems to work. And I just saw this. I can actually simplify this part again. And also this part here, since I don't need the gap. That also means this one here can be a normal. And this one here can be a normal block. Hey, I think I am done. Let's just check if all of the buttons work as intended. That works. That works. Come on. That works. Yep. That one works. That one works, even if it has a bit more delay than the other ones. And that one also works quite nicely. Okay, we have it. That was surprisingly fast, actually. Yep, that is my solution to the challenge by Crafty Masterman. And with that, we've reached the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I wish you a nice day, and well, see you.